Let's do it! Why, hello! How the devil are we? Good. Well, what can I say? Long time no see. I found it. It had been missing since November. But there it was, all along. Me Mojo. So, I don't think I've put anything up since October. It's now January. And to be honest, I kind of unplugged myself from the whole vlogging scene. I've dropped in on a couple of videos here and there, but Tame, I haven't forgotten you. Ian Hughes, Ainsworth, Silver Fox, Solo Moto, excuse me, I've had this cough for nearly 2 months. Andy from the Norfolk GT 650 rider, or something like that, innit? I want to say a big thank you to Exeter Rider, who reached out because I hadn't put anything up, just to make sure I was okay. And Richard Marr, he does the Tallahassee rides in Florida, and he sent me a message via YouTube just to make sure I was alright, because I'd gone dark, I'd gone quiet, much to the pleasure of many of you, I'm sure. So where have I been? Said nobody, apart relatively nobody. This is going to be difficult with this cough. Yeah, I haven't really been doing anything exciting. You get those, or some people get these moments in life where you just, I don't know, you just can't do it, and you just unplug from it. So I've only ridden the bike. I went out on New Year's Eve, all of a mile and a half, I suspect, to Tesco's and back. Prior to that, I think it was the Ring of Red in November. Which feels like a lifetime ago. Now I've bought a new microphone, the DJI Mini Mic. I've set it on almost the lowest volume setting. I don't know how this is going to come out. I knew nothing about it, I just saw it on Amazon. I was going to get the DJI Mic 2. When I saw this for £49, and I thought, yeah, sod it, give it a go. It might not be any good, I don't know. So I will endeavour to get some more videos out on the go. You see, I don't mind going out in the cold. I mean, it's cold today. I've got all the gear for it, so it's not a problem. I'll go out in the rain, not on purpose, but if I've got to go somewhere and it's raining, again, I've got all the gear for it. It's not a problem. But what I don't like doing is going out when it is wet and icy, 0 degrees. I've come off on ice before, years ago, and I don't intend to do it again. I mean, we had those storms in October, not October, what am I talking about? Sort of November and whatnot, didn't we? End of November, early December. It's been pretty grotty. And so that hasn't helped enthuse me to go out. I feel bad about not catching up with people's videos, but I just felt the need for a change of pace for a little bit. I mean, I'm not a professional content maker and I never will be, so... So if the sound comes out okay on this and it's usable, I'll put this one up first, and then I'll put the Ring of Red up, which was a little while ago now. So while I've got you, I feel I need to release the inner rage a little. I know, it's not like me. I'm usually very quiet. Don't make a fuss. Keep my opinions to myself. Yeah, alright, that's a load of nonsense, isn't it? So we are 6 months in to a Labour government. And who would have thought that a left-leaning, authoritative government which completely bollocks the economy up, completely, utterly. This is bad. This is really, really bad. We are going into recession. Mark my words, no doubt about it. And granted, we were fairly stagnant on growth. We're talking fractions of 1%, right? We'd had all the inflation problems, cost of living crisis. Granted. And so what does Rachel from accounts do? Trust us. Trust us. We've got it all costed. No tax rises on working people. Now, a few of us had our suspicions that that was nonsense. Unadulterated fucking lies. And so what does she do? She comes in and completely and utterly ruins any prospect of growth and instead guarantees recession. Now, they may want a recession. They may be deliberately trying to trigger it without saying so, of course. And recession is due. I don't know if you can always outrun a recession and thus avoid it. However, it is quiet out there on the spending front. It is quiet out there on the business front. We've seen it at work. The industry, the building trade, especially the truss manufacturing trade, has just withered on the vine over the last 6 months. The big suppliers of the timber that's used in the manufacture of roof trusses, engineered joists, floor joists. It's known as TR26 timber. They are completely dead. And they're a big company. They sell to all the major manufacturers. They sell to all, or majority of the major builders, merchants, timber. And if they are dead, if they are worried, if they are dead, then trust me, the economy's not looking rosy. You know, the increase in national insurance contributions, the lowering of the threshold of national or employers' national insurance contributions, plus an increase in the minimum wage, means to say a good bulk of the small to medium-sized businesses out there are now shelving any spending plans they had for this year. They are not recruiting. In fact, they will be either not replacing people who leave and retire, or they may be looking for redundancies. Which is ironic, because the Labour government came in on the promise of major house building enterprise. Now, I'm just a schmoo who knows nothing about everything. But I simply cannot see in that budget anything that was going to stimulate growth. Especially when you mix it with major tax rises on employers. So it's either deliberate or it is frightening ineptitude. I mean, my gut says frightening ineptitude. You just look at the quality of persons we have in the cabinet. David bloody Lammy. Angela Rayner, Deputy Prime Minister. These people couldn't find their arses with two hands. So up on the hill is Poundbury, which was a project of the then Prince of Wales, Charles. God save the King. So Poundbury was essentially a new, I don't know, it's a self-contained entity. I don't know but it's part of Dorchester. And it's built next to Poundbury Camp. Of course, Dorchester is an old Roman town. So here we have Poundbury. Now, an awful lot of these houses, buildings, have our roof trusses in them. And a lot of this has been built by C.G. Fry. So Poundbury's a bit of an odd place. You'll notice that there's no centralised shopping area or anything like that, really. It's all a bit odd. And this is a roundabout, believe it or not. And you know, I've never been here. I've never felt the need to. Now I think that it's probably drawing to a close in the next year or two. This is the newest part. As you can tell, I have no idea where I am, where any of these roads go. Aha, okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to whip up by the fire station. We'll let Speedy go. Oh. So why have I come up here? Well, if you look on Google Maps at Poundbury with the satellite imagery, you will see two of our lorries parked here. This is their favourite spot to park and while away the hours while I'm busy looking on the tracker thinking, come on, where are you? Well, we can't go down there, but well, I can't. Oh, there we go. There's some of our roof trusses going up there. Look. So there we go. The fruits of our labour. Very exciting. So I've got a meeting with Derek from Solo Moto UK to go out for a ride. Haven't pinned down an exact date yet, but we know roughly where we're going to go. Plan is to meet at Bristol, McDonald's of course, head over the bridge to Chepstow, take the windy A road all up along through there, and then back across to Gloucester, and then go our separate ways after a meeting in McDonald's, of course. Right, before I go, I'm going to dedicate this to yet another old friend and colleague and customer and whatnot, who died in November. We had his funeral on the Monday, day before New Year's Eve. Who sadly died at the age of 67. Steve Shaw, but we all knew him as Paddy. Very clever man. Very clever man. He was an engineer and then a composite engineer dealing with carbon fibre and whatnot. And when we had started the engineering business, you know, I don't think we could have done it without him, to be fair. And then when I had the snooker club, he was a regular there, and I also skittled with him in our skittle team for 10 years. It's no age, is it? 67. So rest in peace, my friend.